Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB, and today for 10 Minutes Max, we are going to be talking about the US presidential election and potentially how it impacts Bitcoin and crypto. I'm going to start doing these 10-minute videos again every single day, so we're going to try to jump right into it. Keep it to 10 minutes max, hence the name of the segment. We never seem to really do that. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Today is Monday, November 4th, and we have the US presidential election tomorrow. So check week, big week, guys. It's either going to be Donald Trump or it's going to be Kamala Harris, two completely polar opposite candidates. Now, let me preface everything that I'm about to say. I am only talking about the presidential election as it pertains to financial markets. I'm not here to try to shove my own political opinions or beliefs down your throat at all. Nothing like that. But I think that there are some, in my view, objective truths that should be discussed about what happens depending on which candidate maybe wins the election or loses, or how they win, how they lose, what to expect short term, and then also down the road. So we're going to start kind of higher time frame and then work our way in. All right. So let's start with this. I made this in advance because as much as I like doing the TA with you guys, like I mentioned, I want to try to keep these a little bit shorter, right? Because I'll be like, yeah, it's 10 minutes max, and then it's like 27 minutes. So what I have marked out right here is Bitcoin in the background with all of the US presidential elections during the entire history of Bitcoin. So let's zoom in a little bit and just take a look at what's happened to Bitcoin and crypto before a presidential election. So this is on the daily time frame, pretty low time frame. I mean, let's that's a little bit low. Let's go to the 2 day. All right, so typically what we see is Bitcoin goes through a bear market and then, puts in a global bottom and then slowly grinds up into the US presidential election, right? This shouldn't be new. A lot of you guys have seen this before. I've made videos on this in the past, but I think it's important to issue reminders from time to time. So we're going to go through it quickly, all right? Bear market bottom, and then the trajectory of Bitcoin going into the election is up. You get a little pop up, down, and then ultimately after the election, you rally for about, this is a little bit hard to see here. I can change the color of the text here, but 386 days. So roughly after the date of the US presidential election, grinding up into it, during the 2012 through 2014 cycle, Bitcoin rallied for about a year. All right. How about 2016, 2017? Same thing. Bitcoin, puts in its bear market bottom and it's been grinding up into the election, right? You get some nice moves up and then down and up and down. And these might not seem like big moves, because we're way zoomed out. But, Bitcoin had a 41% correction right here, right? That's a big correction. And then how about right here? 40% correction. So we're zoomed out quite a bit and we're in log mode. The trajectory over, a 1.5, 2 year basis from bear market bottom into a presidential election, the trajectory's up, but you don't really start that mania and parabola that we're all craving here until after the election, right? So we're going to expand on this in a minute, but you can see that, after the election, again, 2016, we went on a 400-day bull market. Bitcoin went from, under 1,000 to almost 20,000 in a year. How about last cycle? Bitcoin again, same thing, puts in bear market bottom. Trajectory is up into the election again, really kind of spastic weird time. Big July, June of 2019, July 2019 rally, and then major overcorrection due to COVID, but the trajectory ultimately is up into the election. And then we went on a bull market topping about a year later, just like the previous two before that. So all three cycles so far have had the same sort of political landscape makeup going into it, where Bitcoin and risk assets bottom and they grind up into the election, but they don't really pop until after the election. And then you get about a year of, a year of froth. Okay. You get about a year of froth, historically speaking, right? Could this time be different? Certainly. Is it different yet? No. So where are we at right now? Well, US presidential election is tomorrow. All right. It is tomorrow. So we're going to talk about all these different scenarios, but I wanted to issue this reminder first that we are kind of doing what we've always done, bear market bottom, and we are, grinding up into the election like we have always done. So are we going to get a year of mania after? Boy, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. But let's move on from this. I actually, well, let me do this first. So, I'm going to erase all these little squiggles that I had here. And I want to just put on the halvings here as well, just to show you, like, typically, then I've got another chart that just shows this in a different way. Let's look at this cycle, 2016, 2017. Here's the daily time frame. So the Bitcoin halvings are the first black thick vertical line right here. And then the US presidential election's the blue one. Typically between the halving and the election, you get junky price action, right? This is terrible. This is terrible. We measured this one before, but this pulled back 42%. Between the peak before the halving, drop between the halving and the election, grind up into the election, and then we go. How about last cycle? This was terrible price action too. I mean, you're stuck in these like tight little ranges. Oh, we're back, we're back, we're back. Bart Simpson, that's terrible price action. And then you grind up into the election and then you pop, right? So we're doing really, again, the same thing. I just wanted to put the halving on there to show you that, like, here we are, chopping, grinding, horrible price action between the halving and the election with the election tomorrow. All right, let's move on to my favorite chart. This is just another way to look at it, right? From a cyclical perspective, where are we potentially, right? So we talked about, what happens sort of between, or I guess like before leading into a Bitcoin halving through the election where, we're clearly moving up. So right here I have 2 cycles ago, 2016, 2017 in blue, 2020, 2021 in purple, and then our current cycle in green. All right. And you can see that when I overlay them from bear market bottom to the Bitcoin halvings, to the US presidential elections, all the way through the first 2 cycle tops here, 16, 17, and 2020, 21, you can see that, look at the junky price action between the Bitcoin halvings and the US presidential elections with all of them overlaid, right? Here's the halvings for each of the 3 cycles. Here's the elections in red. We're doing what we've always done. Terrible price action. Like, this is awful right here. For all 3 cycles, this is terrible. But then you start kind of grinding up into the election, and then after you pop. Maybe we'll do the same thing again. But it's just an interesting way to kind of understand cyclically where you are at. And that we have been here before. And that we have done this before. And all the price action that we've seen leading into this is familiar, right? It might not feel like it while you're in it, but zooming out, it certainly is familiar. So let's do this as well. So one thing I wanted to talk about is, now that we kind of set the stage, on where we're at, right? I want to discuss a few different scenarios, right? And again, I preface this video saying none of this has to do with my political biases or opinions. I'm only talking about the market as it pertains to financial markets. I'm not a political expert. I'm not a political commentator. I don't want to be, right? But it is important for me in navigating markets to understand, yes, this is a very important election, right? And how is the market viewing the election? My opinion aside, how is the market reacting to the election? So one thing that I want to put up here is I want to put up how the market has been viewing percentages, like what percentage can Donald Trump win versus Kamala Harris? Like, what's the likelihood? So Polymarket's the largest betting market in the world, and it's got the most volume, and there's some other ones out there, but this is the most popular one. And right now, as of this morning, I just took this screenshot. Polymarket odds have Trump winning at about 59%. Close to 60. Kamala, about 40, give or take. It's moving around quite a bit. Okay. Now, I want to talk about, what this really means for markets. Like, are we trading based off of the odds of a Trump victory? or a Kamala victory? Like, how is this actually working? So let me remove this, and actually we're gonna zoom way in, and I wanna fit this over the chart. Okay, I want to fit this over the chart. So we're gonna go back and just look at like the most recent price action. Really just kind of going back to October. All right. Now I'm gonna put another chart down here and just do like XRP, something that I probably don't have drawings on. And then we're gonna hide this because we don't need it. We just want a blank canvas. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the odds from Polymarket over the chart. All right. So October 6th would be right about here. So let's see. October 6th is right here. And we will change the color of this and the thickness of this. And this starts on October 6th right here. So we need to move this over. Okay, very good. And then we need to... So this is roughly, it's not perfect, right? Let me kind of shrink this up a little bit here. Here we go. All right. So here's roughly the odds, right? Like this is not perfectly, stitched over, but it's pretty close. All right. You can see how the market has been trading based off of the probabilities of a Trump victory versus a Kamala victory. Okay. Here, I see I'm kind of in the way here. Let me move it. Okay. So look at how the charts are trading here. Like you can very, very clearly see like we're setting highs. And again, I didn't line this up perfectly, but we are setting highs. Like the Bitcoin chart literally looks like the Trump victory odds. Like when Trump is being priced in as more favorable to be the next president, you can see that the market is trading based off of this. Like the lows and the highs are being set just as Trump is going up or down, right? So, just recently we had this big Trump sell-off where, Kamala she went from like 35% chance of winning up to like 45 or almost 50, and you can see that the market corrected, right? So there is data, and again, some people have explained to me like, look, there's some whales that are like, really skewing the odds here, and I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying like the most compelling case that I can make and see for this playing out and actually being accurate data is the fact that, this last sell off here, you know, I could see, people walking price up and like bidding Donald Trump hard, being crypto guys, and Trump's been really pro crypto, whatever. But the recent sell off and how it correlated to price is telling me that the market actually does favor one candidate over the other, right? At least short term. I just showed you guys the chart before, this chart where it doesn't really matter who wins, right? Like it doesn't matter whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. It doesn't matter. We get the same thing every time, whether it's a new president or the same president. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. But I'm saying like short term, you can see how the market is trading. Like it's got the same pivot points. It's even like, look at this, like 1, 2, like 1, 2. It's like it's trading off of Trump's likelihood of taking office, right? So I think this is worth considering, right? It's worth considering, and that doesn't mean this is not an attempt to be like, hey, you own crypto, you should vote for Trump. I don't care. Do what you want to do, right? But I'm just talking about it as it pertains to financial markets, right? There's data that I have access to, that we all have access to, and it appears to be somewhat positively correlated to the market, and you have to consider it, okay? You have to consider it. So, what are the scenarios that I think, we're staring down the barrel of, right? And I already explained to you, like, you can't fight fate here, okay? Markets, they go up after presidential elections, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, whether it's the same person staying in office. or a new person taking office, it typically doesn't matter, okay? But I think that based on the poly market odds that we're seeing, you have to prepare for a couple different outcomes. All right. Option A is going to be that wins Donald Trump wins and it's a clean sweep. He gets, well over 270 electoral votes. He is announced Tuesday night or early Wednesday the definitive winner. Kamala concedes. Okay? It's done. It's over with. We know middle of this week at the latest that Trump won. I think the market's going to rip really hard, personally. And again, this is my opinion on how financial markets will react to a few different scenarios. I think that the market's going to rip really hard. I don't really think that Trump cares about crypto. I think that he was smart enough, or somebody on his team was smart enough to say, hey, listen, um, there's 50 million plus Americans that own crypto. The current administration has had their teeth in crypto for 4 years. It's been bad for those people. You got 50 million votes sitting there on the sidewalk if you want to pick them up. And he's picked them up. Okay. I've never seen crypto people that are, a lot of them kind of like libertarians, leave me alone, anti-establishment, anti-government in general, be so motivated to get out and vote and talk about the election, right? Because Trump spoke at the Bitcoin conference. So we've got that, right? I think if Trump wins, you can assume that you're going to have 4 years of crypto innovation and crypto positivity. All right. I think the markets will react favorably. I think option B is that Kamala wins. And she's not the favorite right now. The market's been trading clearly. I showed you poly market odds and how it's literally a mirror of Donald Trump's odds to win. I think the market would reprice pretty rapidly to the downside. I think that you would probably see Bitcoin short-term pull back hard. I don't know to where, but it would correct. But I think the main slaughtering that you would see is in altcoins, because the current administration, yes, they've been pretty tough on crypto, but they've been really tough on altcoins. And I think that the market is absolutely going to reprice to the downside for altcoins if Kamala wins short term, right? And then I guess option C would be that we don't know what happens and it's too close to call the night of, and this thing stretches out 2, 3, 4 weeks even. Markets hate uncertainty. In that event that it's too close to call, I think that you're going to see Kamala's odds skyrocket during that period of uncertainty because it's so far apart right now. So if that happens, then I do anticipate a major altcoin correction to the downside as well, in the event that we don't know who's going to win for at least a couple weeks. Okay. So again, I don't think you can fight fate. Like, here's the chart. 2016 or 2012 election, 2016 election, 2020 election. Barack Obama, we went straight up. Donald Trump, we went straight up. Joe Biden, it was kind of a weird cycle, right? But we still went up, 100% from when he took office. And we went up. I'm less concerned with like what percentage we went up and just how long we went up. It's like a year each time. It's right here. So I just wanted to talk about all this, that like cyclically, it looks good, regardless of who wins. And, this is typically what we always see, but I think you need to be prepared for sort of that whipsaw, that swing either direction. You're going to see a lot of chop, you're going to see a lot of hedging, and the most important thing to note is like, look, until we get an outcome, a definitive outcome, a clear outcome to what is a very important once every 4 years binary event. It is yes or no, it is black and white, it is zeros and ones, okay? You're going to see a much larger incentive for people to hedge and risk off. Then you're going to see for them to start bidding risk right before an event like this. Okay. We need an outcome and we're going to get one very soon. All right. But anyways, just wanted to kind of, touch base on this. It's been a couple months since we talked about the election, but it is tomorrow. Right. So really, really big week. If you're an American, go vote, I guess, if you want to do that. It's important to do that. But yeah, guys, big week. Let's see what happens here. You know, Expect volatility. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before you guys go, please consider liking the video and also subscribing if you found some value out of what we just did here today. And last but not least, guys, please consider checking out the links below. BB Terminal is an absolutely awesome product, guys. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's got all of the tools and data that you could ever need or want in order to succeed in these markets. And we custom built it here at BB. We spent about 9 months to about a year, actually, building this thing from scratch, and we are now in beta, so you can actually use it. It's heavily discounted right now, and if you buy the BB terminal, you can also pay in crypto, guys. If you check that out, you can pay in crypto. You're going to get access to our Telegram alerts channel also, but if you really want to take your trading to the next level, guys, check out one of our Discord packages. What you can expect there is 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with me and the entire BB team and community. We have active positions channels, TA channels, things that we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X, guys. There's nothing like it out there. And within the BB Discord, you're going to get free access to the BB terminal included for free. There is not another community out there doing what we're doing, guys. So we continue to reinvest our time and our money into the community, and that's why people love it and they stay. So this market is too big to navigate alone. I encourage you to get out there, find your group. We certainly want to be that group for you. Maybe, it's not what you're looking for. Maybe it's exactly what you're looking for. But my trading has gotten exponentially better. My confidence in these markets has gotten exponentially better when I surrounded myself with the guys on the BB team and the BB community. A bunch of guys, like-minded individuals that take it seriously. So definitely consider checking out one of our Discord packages. But if not, join us with BB Terminal plus Telegram. Last but not least, guys, check out the BB Academy. If you like my charting here today and you want to learn all of our tips, tricks, secrets, everything like that, how we cumulatively as a team here at BB have navigated these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective for decades, check out the BB Academy, guys. I just dropped a free course, How to Make Your Trading View Charts Look Beautiful. Important first step. If you don't know how to look at the data and manipulate the data to be easier to understand, you're going to struggle. So check out that free course. But if you really want to take it to the next level and expedite your journey towards understanding these markets, check out the paid course, guys. There's nothing like it out there. I honestly can say with confidence, it's one of the best courses, if not the best trading courses for all levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. It covers everything you need to know. So a lot of people out there, myself included, teaching TA for free and FA. But there's a difference between a paid product and a free product, and you guys will see that if you join the BB Academy. It's an absolutely awesome course. But yeah, join us somewhere, guys. Join us in the Discord. Check out BB Terminal. Check out BB Academy. You can pay in crypto now for our services, so major, major benefit. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.